I think by now it is quite clear what the Operation Hurriyat Truth Tapes has shown beyond doubt is that the so-called leaders of the Kashmiri people, the self-styled people who stand for the aspirations of Kashmiris are nothing more than mercenaries. They are on the funds, they are working on the funds, they are surviving on the funds of Pakistan and terrorists like Hafiz Saeed. And now there are cries from within the government, demands from within the government that they should first be banned and then be put in jail. So what is the government waiting for?
ये स्कूल चलाना भी हुर्रियत की मूवमेंट का हिस्सा है।
हालात को खराब करने के लिए आपको पैस चाहिए, चाहे वो रेलवे स्टेशन जले, पुलिस स्टेशन जले, चाहे स्कूल जले, पंचायत जले, अलग चाहे हॉस्पिटल।
India today unmasked the valley's worst kept secret on Tuesday. The mother of all exposés whose tremors are still being felt.
Mr. Naeem Khan?
Whatever you are doing, you are abusing Kashmiri leaders. You have shown my wife on TV. This is against journalistic ethics. Whatever rubbish and nonsense you are playing on your TV channel. I am not available for your TV channel.
What is rubbish and nonsense? What you're saying on camera that you're burning schools in Kashmir? When you're on camera saying you're burning schools in Kashmir? When you're in camera saying you're taking money from Pakistan to spread unrest in Kashmir?
Kashmir University is a professor and you're refusing on the basis to please your boss in Delhi, to please your, I don't know who is funding you.
Stung on camera, the provincial president of the Hurriyats, Gilani faction's bravado quickly fizzled out and now Naeem Khan has gone underground. As for the Hurriyat, the villains of the valley have adopted a cowardly silence on the sting operation that exposed the separatists for the rogues they are.
After the India Today sting operation, there is a complete silence from Hurriyat camp. Sources believe that Hurriyat Conference has decided not to react on it and they will not be speaking on behalf of the individuals like Naeem Khan and Bitta Karate who were caught in this sting operation. Most of them believe that whatever they've said would not affect the credibility of Hurriyat and the leadership.
The Modi government too has taken note of the expose. In a hard-hitting interview, Minister V.K. Singh minced no words and called for a blanket ban on the Hurriyat.
If you believe, sir, that the Hurriyat is a terrorist organization, should the Hurriyat not be banned?
It should be banned. Let the J&K government take a call on it with all the proofs that you have brought out. I think they should straightway start putting PSA on people who say that they have been burning schools. I think they should be behind bars.
After the Hurriyat's bluff was called out, the Jammu and Kashmir government has also promised action against those stung by India Today.
Our police is asked, how they should proceed in constitutional state. Should NIA look at it? Should police look at it? So in the next couple of days, I think law will take its course, and it's not that the state government is not taking cognizance of it, but there are agencies which are better equipped to handle this, and that will be done.
From swift government action to a scramble from separatists, India Today's expose has shown that rattled separatists and their supporters have nowhere to hide. With Shujaul Haq in Srinagar, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, with us today, Sushil Pandit, political analyst, R.P. Singh, National Secretary of the BJP, and someone who in fact has worked quite extensively in Kashmir himself, and Sanjay Jha of the Congress. But today in the dock is the government and the BJP, Mr. R.P. Singh. So if you're clear on the fact that these separatists are basically on terrorist payrolls, why isn't there a ban on them?
Well, there's a process which will have to happen, and General V.K. Singh on your channel has on record said that it should be banned, and then Jammu Kashmir government has to go through the process, all that legal process required. But yes, even I say Hurriyat Conference should be banned, their properties should be seized, and all of them should be sent behind bar, and all should be booked under various sections which can be put on them on whatever they have said. I mean, I saw your channel saying some section 153, section 120, section 506 of Ranveer Panel Act. So whatever is required should be done, and I'm hopeful the state government is taking charge of it and then has taken
Absolutely
cognizance
great.
of it. And
I'm very happy you brought up the state government because while you in the BJP may say all of these things and General VK Singh may very vociferously say all of these things, but will your alliance partner, the PDP, agree? Will they ever allow you that freedom?
See, it's not matter of our freedom or alliance partner. It's matter of the government who is running there. And when General VK Singh and when I say together, I mean, when we both put together say the same thing. Obviously, our state party and the state people who are part of our part in the state government will do the needful. And then I just saw on your channel the minister, Mr. Drabu, was on record saying that they are taking required action. And it's not only that. I'm hoping some action will be taken by the enforcement.
But Mr. R.P. Singh, Sushil Pandit, can you please come in on this? This is the same PDP which has actually visited the houses of people who were known as terrorists or terror sympathizers and lamented their encounter.
Yes, announced compensations, actually distanced themselves from security forces who eliminated terrorists, gone and commiserated with those who lost their terrorist sons or terrorist brothers or whoever. Now there is an entire history to this. And let me go beyond BJP and Congress. We have a government for the last 3 decades battling this insurgency, battling jihad in Kashmir. And irrespective of the party that mans the government, we have the state pitted against the nation. This state, this establishment sleeps with the enemy. If Pakistan is funding Hurriyat, we get into competitive funding of Hurriyat in the fond hope that we will win them over. Which is why in Kashmir, terror has become an economy, a thriving economy. And it is irrespective of governments and politicians who come and go, winning or losing elections.
R.P. Singh, are you committing to shutting this tap once and for all?
Let's be clear. I mean, it's us who said we will not talk to Hurriyat, no one else, and we have shut the doors for them when they wanted.
You may not talk with your tongue, but your money talks.
Please, Sushil, when
your money talks.
Sir, when our tongue don't talk, our money also doesn't talk. It's not like other parties or other government. Let's be very clear on this.
Okay, let me remind you. Let me remind you. Just 3 months back, Home Ministry leaked information about hundreds of crores that was spent on Hurriyat, their security, their hotel and travel bills, their expenses, and all kinds of things.
In fact, let me quote that data. Let me quote that data. So, according to the verified information, there is 309 crores that was spent on the salary of guards. People who are representing the aspirations of Kashmiris need to be guarded from those very people, from their own Kashmiri people, and 309 crores was spent on that. 21 crore was spent on hotel stays for these separatists and 26.43 on fuel expenditure. At least we can begin by stopping that.
And when within 3-4 days it was asked if Home Ministry was going to shut this tap, they came running back and said none of it is going to be stopped. It will continue as earlier. They were actually bending over backwards to assure that none of it is going to change.
So, Mr. R.P. saying this requires a process, or at least can this be done immediately to ensure that at least on the taxpayers' money, they are not jetting off to places while being guarded by security guards, also paid with our money?
Okay, let me categorize this. I mean, you can't put all into one. One is security, one is whatever being paid for hotel and other things. As far as security goes, I want to keep it aside, but all other issues, they have been shut. I mean, you be very clear on this, nothing is being taken care of them for now, and everything is borne by them. But as for security, there's an issue there, and government is taking care of it. How to deal with that situation also, because there can be another concerns because of that. And it's not that it's being provided security because we want for them to flourish. There are certain other reasons which are
okay. So you're saying all the other costs have been taken away?
Nothing has been taken away. Nothing.
Sushil, I'll appreciate. Go and check and then have it checked. When I'm saying only security is a concern, and you also know what's the concern of the security.
Sir, I would like these separatists to die by the bullets they fire at us. Why do you want to secure them? In which country of the world have separatists of such virulence, whose back insurgency survived for so long? Which country in the world pampers its secessionists? Where in this world do you have such examples? This is a shame.
Okay, let me also bring in Sanjay Jha now. Sanjay Jha, the government here says, the BJP says that we are working towards completely isolating and eventually maybe bringing in strictures against the Hurriyat Conference and other separatists. Will the Congress, because you also care for the integrity of the country, will you at that point stand with the party and with the government?
Well, let me tell you one thing, Padmaja, if there is evidence which cannot be kind of contradicted, and we all have very, very strong investigating authorities in India.
You've seen the
you have
Hurriyat
the
Truth
NIA,
tapes?
you have
you
in
seen
fact,
the Hurriyat Truth tapes?
you are supposed to have
Why
actually
is there
very...
always a caveat? I'm just trying to understand.
I have seen that. Yeah, I have in fact...
And but, I'm telling you, we have watched the entire unedited footage. There are Hurriyat leaders admitting that we have taken money from Hafiz Saeed, Theek-Thak funding. Does that satisfy you?
Padmaja, let me finish. In fact, I participated in, I think, a program of the same, I think, on India Today, yesterday or the day before. The point I wish to make is very straightforward. Everyone knows that the Hurriyat entire leadership does get significant, substantial funding from our cross-border neighbor. You have serious evidence of money laundering, etc., which has been reaching their doorsteps or their bank accounts. Now, when you have this evidence available, clearly the fact that India has investigating authorities who can, ensure that it goes through the legal process and is upheld in the court of law, because I'm sure they will protest and say all this is, to be nullified.
Will you support a ban on the Hurriyat?
I am saying that any entity, and let me make it very categorical, any entity which is threatening India's security, which is against the whole concept of a united India, has to be put behind bars.
After watching those tapes, do you agree they are a terror organization?
The answer is if we are able to establish the evidence in the court of law, the answer, I don't think anybody in India will say no, the answer will be yes.
Sir, obviously when it's established in a court of law, I will not come to you for your second opinion. But my question to you is, based on what? Based on the perception of the Hurriyat after what they themselves have been heard saying, you agree that they are a terror organization as of today?
Well, let me tell you this. Hear me out. I'm not somebody who ever advocates a media trial. I believe there is document available, there is a videotape available, there are, by the way, there's a CBI, there's an NIA, there are all kinds of different
I'll tell you why I kept asking you that question. Because the moment the government tries to take a step forward, they will have people pulling them back. And which is why the smallest thing, like maybe even snapping that huge tap of money that is flowing towards the separatists, is going to be resisted. Nobody can do it because there are hundreds of you pulling them back.
Padmaja, listen, it's not a question of 100 of anybody pulling them back. The truth is that you have a party here which are masters in political hypocrisy. I mean, for God's sake, look at the way the BJP spokesperson is distancing himself from the own government that he's part of in J&K. Why don't we listen to what Mehbooba Mufti has to say? For God's sake, look at Mehbooba Mufti's statements. And today you have the BJP pretending as if it is not in an alliance with the PDP. BJP is part of the PDP government. What action have they taken?
As per you,
have you got a single comment? By the way,
sir, Mr.
has Mr. Rajnath Singh made a comment? Has the Prime Minister made a comment? Answer is no.
Doesn't suit Congress.
Shouldn't the Prime Minister or the Home Minister be responding?
You are the one who has undertaken for talking to Hurriyat.
Well, you have no answers, my friend.
Padmaja, what I heard just now.
Why is the Prime Minister quiet?
To a very
Why is the
specific
Home Minister
question.
quiet? Why is the Chief Minister of Jammu and Kashmir quiet?
Mr. Sanjay Jha, when there was the baby step taken towards alienating and sidelining the Hurriyat, not alienating but sidelining the Hurriyat by saying we will not talk to them, the loudest roars of disapproval came from the National Conference and the Congress. And we had Mr. Saifuddin So saying, I'm appalled that this historic opportunity at reconciliation is being frittered away by the government.
Oh, Mr. So said that it is not Pakistan.
absolutely
he
wrong.
said
Let
it's
me
not
tell you.
sponsored by Pakistan.
He, in
Let me
fact,
tell you,
just this
you know,
month, even
Mr. Singh,
went to an
kindly
event
listen
and
to
said,
other people.
Pakistan is not responsible for Kashmir problem. It is a birth of India's history.
But Padmaja, the point
Padmaja,
is,
can I answer
when
without
it comes
an interruption?
to talks,
Yeah,
you
let
can
me-
probably give yourself some room to prevaricate. But when it comes to sheer criminality, where you admit in your own voice, actually go blasé about it, that I receive hundreds of crores and I shut down Valley for months, I burn schools, I mobilize students for pelting stones, people are reluctant, squeamish to take a clear-cut stand. What I
Absolutely.
hear is tame generalities like all violence is bad, all murder is bad,
And
all corruption is
how
bad,
will the
and
opposition
if
parties
there is
support action when they are not even willing to take a stand?
and if there is evidence, competent authority will take appropriate action.
Mr. Jha.
Now this sucks. This is bad. This is what has brought us to such
I
a
will
pass.
answer when he finishes.
Mr. Sanjay Jha.
Well, let me answer, Padmaja. If somebody doesn't interrupt me, I'll give you a very short and comprehensive response. Who is in government? Who's going to take the action? Who's going to take the
We are
executive
asking for
decision?
your stand.
Either it's Mr. Modi, Mr. Rajnath Singh, or Mehbooba
We don't
Mufti.
expect action
I mean,
from
where are
you.
these three political personalities?
We are asking
what
for
is
your
their
stand.
response?
Where
I
you
mean,
stand
I'm
on
glad
this.
you're asking me, and I'm giving you the appropriate answer.
No, you are not.
And the
You are
appropriate
wishy-washy.
answer is
You're
that the
namby-pamby.
government must,
What's
without
your
wasting
personal
any
stand?
time,
What's
take
the
care of
stand
the
of
damaging
Sanjay Jha?
Even though you are not
What's the
ensure
stand
vested
of
in the
Sanjay
power
Jha?
to take an action, you're not even willing to take a
Where is the Prime
stand.
Minister? Where is the Home
Come inside,
Minister?
tell us.
Where is the Chief
You as
Minister
a citizen
Jammu
of this
Kashmir?
country, what's your stand?
And they have the political
Can you
power to
utter
take
your
a decision.
stand? Can you give your stand? Can you individual as Sanjay Jha?
Well, this
as
is
citizen of this
ridiculous.
country,
No, this is
can you
not
take your
ridiculous.
stand?
Mr.
Sanjay
Singh,
Jha, I'm asking you a
if you
simple
stop
question.
shouting and
Here was a
embarrassing
man,
yourself
leave
and your
everything
party and your
else.
government,
Leave
I'll
aside
answer.
the fact that he takes our money, leave aside the fact that he takes money from Pakistani agencies, leave aside the fact for a moment that he is in touch with Hafiz Saeed. Here is a man who on camera said, हम पैसे लेकर के 40 करोड़ बच्चों को देते हैं, हमारे बड़े सारे लड़के हैं गांव में, केओस क्रिएट करने के लिए आपको कुछ एक्शंस लेने पड़ते हैं, स्कूलों को जलाना पड़ता है. Can you at least not take a stand on that and say that for the very least for criminal conspiracy and arson, these people should be jailed? Or you'll say, no, let it be tried in a court of law, let them burn another 3 dozen schools and destroy the future of another hundreds of children in Kashmir, and then we'll take a stand, maybe.
No. Then if there is evidence, a competent authority will take appropriate action.
Padmaja,
End
you're
of
doing a
story.
great disservice to your channel. You're doing a great disservice to your channel by actually saying something that I've never said. I mean, what have I told you? I've told you if there is evidence which you have produced. I'm astonished that why is the
Sanjay
BJP
Jha,
government
if there is evidence.
in a state of comatose?
What do Sanjay
Why
Jha,
are they in a
citizen
deep
of this
slumber?
India,
I mean,
citizen
they
of
are
this
the ones who
country,
are supposed to
has
take
to
the
say about
decision.
this?
I will
I'm
support,
saying
my party
Hurriyat
will
should be banned.
support any
RP
action,
Singh as
my
individual,
party will
as
support
citizen
any
is
action
saying
that
so.
is in the interest of the country's
Sir,
security.
what is your
I
stand?
mean, why are you allowing
A lamp post will take a stand after seeing such
Sanjay
an
Jha,
evidence.
what's your stand
BJP
on
It doesn't
Hurriyat?
move
caught
you.
with their literally
Shall
with their
we talk
pants
to them or
down.
shall we not talk
They
to
lie
them?
to you. It's an opportunistic alliance and they're getting exposed.
Okay, it's an opportunistic
Mr.
alliance.
Singh, stop
Okay,
shouting.
Given,
condemn them.
it's an opportunistic alliance. Should they talk to the Hurriyat or not? Should they talk to the Hurriyat or not? What is the Congress's stand on that?
Shall we talk to Hurriyat? Shall we not talk to Hurriyat?
What action have you taken in the last 72
Sir, I'm
hours?
asking you
Please
simple
answer.
question. What's
अरे
your
सिंह
stand on
साहब
that?
चिल्लाइए मत 72 घंटे
अरे
में
सर,
आपने
मैं
क्या
बहस
कदम
कर रहा
उठाया
हूं।
जरा बताइएगा
अरे मैं बहस कर रहा हूं
चिल्लाना
सर।
बंद कीजिए
हम हुर्रियत से बात
चिल्लाइए
करें या
मत
नहीं करें?
बयानबाजी मत
अरे
कीजिए
आप
क्या
सुनते
कदम उठाए
ऊंचे
हैं आप
हैं,
बताइए
आप ऊंचा सुनते हैं।
This is ridiculous.
No, it is not ridiculous.
absolutely ridiculous.
It's sad
Yeah,
that you
this
would
is a
want to
party that doesn't
sidestep
talk
and
to the
then
Congress.
laugh off a question which was actually very serious, Sanjay Jha. My question to you was simple. A, do you think that after admitting to burning down schools, panchayat buildings and government offices, these people should be booked? And B, should there be a conversation, should there be talks with the likes of the people who were on camera, the Hurriyat? It's a fairly easy yes or no answer.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But you know something, you don't get answers out of me by putting a gun on my head. And for the umpteenth time, I'm answering you. And please do not interrupt me while I give an answer. I've said it again and again. If the Hurriyat members, and by the way, I don't sit here. There are too many people who have reasons to complain. They will. I'm making a statement. I believe your tape. And I believe your tape has incriminating evidence. And therefore, logically, by now I would have expected, by the way, and now don't interrupt me again, I would have expected Mr. Modi's government or Mehbooba Mufti's government in the state to have arrested people and done whatever is the action under law to prohibit or completely, kind of ban the Hurriyat Conference. What have they done? Please ask Mr. Singh, Mr. Modi, Mr. Rajnath Singh and Mrs. Mehbooba Mufti. Why are you asking me after I've answered you 4 times in a row?
No, you are not answered, sir.
Why? Don't protect the BJP. The BJP has no answers. The BJP is clueless. It's a party of cowards.
Shall we talk to sir?
Okay. You are a party of cowards, my dear friend. That's what you are.
Don't tell us who is coward, who is not coward.
Okay. Okay, without getting into personal attacks, I'm happy, Sanjay Jha, that at the end of it all, at least you conceded that based on what we've shown on our tapes, those Hurriyat men deserve to be arrested. And yes, that is a question we started out by asking the government in the People's Court, and we'll persist in asking that till the time some action is taken. Thank you very much. You've heard all sides of the story. Thank you very much, Sushil Pandit, for joining us, RP Singh and Sanjay Jha. That's it then from the People's Court. Don't forget to join us at the same time tomorrow, where you get your right to be heard.